What is up, guys? This is Alex, your coach of the Toronto Star Raptors, here with my Week 10 match against the new coach of the Miami Heatrans, taking over for the New York Nuzzleafs. A big shout out to them for helping us out. Now, they're a complete unknown. I don't know anything about them. They've only had their draft for a few days, but they are Crazy's friends, so anything is possible. They're not going to be familiar with their draft, so maybe that gives me an advantage, or maybe Crazy's been coaching him, so who knows. But looking at his team, there's a Superior. Superior did get a 6-0 sweep this season, so I do need to watch out for that. It is a very good Mon, and I have to make sure I have the Mons I need to take it out. He's got the Bisharp, not considered the best thing in league play, but it can do a lot to my team just because it does have the Pursuit Trap, Sucker Punch Shenanigans, as well as Iron Head for Beyonce, so I have to be careful of that. Sableye, really annoying Mon. I really hope I don't see Sableye. Although, because of Mega Diancie, I kind of hardwall it if I'm already Mega Evolved, so I really, maybe that'll dissuade him from using it. Crobat, had Crobat in the test season. Love Crobat. It's got things like Super Fang, so even Registeel can't, wall it indefinitely, since I do lack recovery. It's a great defogger. It's super fast. It can come in and just get kills. You almost never need to run full speed on it because it's so fast. So I do have to watch out for that. Seismitoad, excellent wall. Ground water is always a great typing with the one weakness there. Electivire, not great. I don't have my only electric type on my team is Rotom, and I still haven't brought it to a single match, unfortunately. So I was going to bring it this week, but it ended up getting left on the bench again. I need to find something to do with it to get something more viable for my team. But anyway, yeah, so because of that, it can't get that much use out of Motor Drive. Maybe it could be Choice Scarf. It does get excellent coverage, but I'm not super worried about the Electivire this week. Mega Gallade, excellent Mega. Excellent setup Mon, so I have to watch out for that. Cloyster, another great setup Mon, but again, I'm not super worried about it, especially if I can get up Stealth Rocks and break any Focus Sash shenanigans you might have. Moltres, not worried about it. Moltres is hot trash, Team Instinct for life. Diggersby, good Mon with priority. Huge power, quick attack, it does massive damage, especially if you can throw a Choice Band on there. It's really something to be scared of. And then last up, he has the Empoleon, great defogger, excellent defensive typing. It's one of his two defoggers on his team. I believe those are his only two, that and Crobat. So if I can prioritize getting rid of those two, my hazards are here to stay. Hazards they're not crazy great against him. They do stop Moltres Cold. They break the Focus Sash on Cloyster, which is the main thing. And they also whittle Crobat if Crobat is his defogger of choice. Every time he wants to defog, he's going to lose 25% health, and then also he's going to have to go for the defog, which gives me a chance to either get a free switch in or I can get a kill on it. So that's everything about his team that I need to take into account. Next up, we're going to go into my team real quick. So first up, we got the Air Canada, our laddie ass, rocking the Cobbleberry this week. Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Energy Ball, and HP Fighting. I'm running max speed this week because it allows me to speed tide with a Jolly Mega Gallade. I usually don't like to try for speed tiers. I'd rather just go for the next fastest thing on his team, and except that I'm just assume I would lose every speed tie, because that could be a possibility, even if I do try for the tie. But actually, I'm just now noticing I can't speed tie because of the HP Fighting. So this is a little bit of live team building here, folks. The next fastest thing on his team that I'm worried about is a Modest Superior, which maxes out at 165, I believe. Yes, 165. So we're going to take a little bit out and put the rest into health. We're going to take out a little bit more. Sorry for this live team building here. I know this is riveting for you people. Anyway, I have 4 IVs that are just wasted. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, so I'm running enough speed to outrun a Modest Superior. Max speed, obviously. I have a little bit more health now, which is great, as it can allow me to tank some other hits that I might not otherwise live. Max special attack, obviously. I'm rocking the Cobra Berry for Bisharp. Bisharp Pursuit traps the hell out of me. It's really scary. And he might try and use it to get a revenge kill on my Latias if I manage to kill something. So the Cobra Berry activates, especially now with my newly invested bulk. I am able to live a Sucker Punch or a Pursuit. If it's a Pursuit, I'm going to outspeed it. If it's the only way it'll get any damage on me is with a Sucker Punch. And I can live it with the HP fighting and knock it out. So that's kind of one of the things to catch him off guard, just because Bisharp is a really good answer for this thing if he does bring it. Otherwise, the Cobra Berry is probably not going to be super useful. Sableye gets knock off, but other than that, I don't think Mega Gallade does. And that would probably no, he'd probably run Ice Punch. But anyway, next up we're going to go into our Mufasa here. The Entei, rocking the Assault Vest this week. Sacred Fire, HP Grass, Stone Edge, and Extreme Speed. Because of the Extreme Speed, we're obviously rocking the Adamant Nature. With my speed investment at 148, I can outspeed, an Adamant Electivire. That's the fastest thing on his team that I can outspeed. You'll notice the HP Grass. That is because Seismitoad is a great switch-in for this Mon. Was thinking about Toxic, but I think with this investment, HP Grass should be a 2-hit KO unless it's running Special Bulk. Max HP, Max Defense should be a 2-hit KO, so that's great. And I didn't want to run Toxic also because I wanted the Assault Vest. I can take Leaf Storms from Superior. I resist them plus the Assault Vest. I can take those hits pretty well and get off a Sacred Fire and do massive damage to it. I got the Stone Edge for things like Cloyster and Moltres, Crobat, Sacred Fire for everything else, and then just Extreme Speed. If he's got up to +6 and I've gotten prior damage on Superior, I can come in with an Extreme Speed and take it out. So that's basically the thought process behind Entei this week. That's why he's rocking the special attack investment, even though we got the minus nature. And yeah, that's Mufasa. Next up, we got Blue coming back after a few weeks off. Joy Scarf is always rocking Close Combat, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Knockoff. I'm running enough speed at 134. Sorry if you'll just allow me to refresh my memory. At 134, we reached 201, which means I can outspeed an unscarfed Jolly Crobat. Fastest thing on his team that isn't scarfed. Best thing it was the best I could hope for. I could outspeed things like a scarfed Jolly Diggersby or a scarfed... Oh, actually that's not a bad idea. Why don't I outspeed a scarfed Diggersby? Jolly Scarf Diggersby is a thing. Do I care about my bulk that much? Hold on. Again, more live building. Sorry I'm doing this all... I'm kind of editing live. I know it's awful to see it, but I'm very pressed for time this week because I wasn't even sure I was going to have this battle. You know what? No, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. We're gonna say fuck that. So as I said, I outspeed a Jolly Crobat. No, we're doing it. We're doing it. Sorry, folks. I need to reach 144, I believe. That was what it said. 215. Yeah, 144. So I can take a little bit out of this. And I can drop it back into health. There we go. So I can now outspeed the Diggersby. With this coverage, I have something pretty much super effective for every member on his team. I got Ice Punch for Superior, Close Combat for Bisharp, Knockoff kind of hits Sableye, but this really I wouldn't leave this in on Sableye no matter what. I got the Ice Punch for the Crobat. There's nothing really for Seismitoad, so that is a hard wall, but if it's got prior damage, a Close Combat is doing massive damage to it. I got Earthquake for the Electivire. Knockoff kind of hits Gallade. Actually, not really, but again, Gallade I can have if I have prior damage on it, Close Combat's still going to do massive damage. Close Combat for Cloyster. Ice Punch for Moltres, kind of Ice Punch, Close Combat for Diggersby, Close Combat Earthquake for Empoleon. So most of his threats I can hit with super effective damage, and then the ones that I can't are either things I'm not worried about, like Sableye or Moltres, or his Mega. His Mega is scary, so that is something I have to remember, and I have to play around it. And as you saw through my editing, you know all about my spread. So we're going to go straight into Colossus here. Our Reggie Steele rocking leftovers clear body this week, because I didn't really see the point in running light metal. Glade and Electivire both get low kick, but I don't think it would be their fighting move of choice. I think Cross Chop on Electivire is a better move, and Close Combat or Drain Punch is better on Glade. I think it's just really situational. I don't think he's not hurting for Fighting Stab on his team, or just strong fighting moves in general. So I don't think that he's going to worry about low kick. I think those better moves are more. So that's why I brought this. Rocking specially defensive this week because other than Mega Glade, he's mostly special on this team. His physical walls that hit me don't hit me hard. Bisharp doesn't really do much to me. Cloyster doesn't do much to me. Diggersby can with an Earthquake, but not for a normal type of move if he ends up being banded. Glade is obviously a hard counter, and Crobat can't touch me at all, period, other than Super Fang. So I went with specially defensive on this set because the Superior scares me. And this is my special wall this week. I'm rocking Stealth Rocks because I do need to try and get those up to break sashes, as I said. Earthquake for good damage. Ice Punch. Those are my 2 attacking moves. That gives me pretty good coverage for most of his team. And then we have the Toxic on there for things like Seismitoad, Cloyster. Cloyster can't really hurt me, even if it has a Shell Smash up, so I can get up a Toxic and start whittling it down. I didn't want to run a Fighting Stab or a Fighting Attack because of Sableye. So I went with Earthquake. Iron Head didn't really seem to make much sense. So that's that. Pretty simple set. Next up we have Avion, our Tornadus Therian with Life Orb, rocking Hurricane, U-Turn, Superpower, and Knockoff. Running mostly full physical attack, mostly physically offensive this week. As you can see, that coverage covers most of his team. Hurricane with that investment, still OHKO superior and still does massive damage to Glade. So I didn't really need to run that much special investment. Things like Superpower, Knockoff, and U-Turn are more important this week. I'm just going to kind of get in, hit hard, and get out to keep this thing healthy. That is the plan this week. I'm rocking enough speed for a Adamant Crobat max speed. Not super likely, but it's only 1 more point investment than a Timid Superior, which isn't crazy at all. So that's that spread. The rest full special attack or physical attack. The rest dumped into special attack with the 4 just to give me a nice odd number for Stealth Rocks. And last but not least, we have Beyonce the Mega Diancie, rocking Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Earth Power, and Protect. Hasty Nature this week, or Naive Nature, sorry. So max speed again because of the Glade. Kind of scary, but we'll see how that plays out. Max special defense. Again, with this coverage, I hit everything super effective pretty much. Not the Superior, but that's okay. Bisharp, I hit with Moonblast and Earth Power, Sableye, Moonblast, Crobat, Diamond Storm. Seismitoad is not living to Moonblast. Electivire's Earth Power, Glade is Moonblast. Cloyster is Diamond Storm. Moltres is Diamond Storm. Diggersby actually is not taking 2 Moonblasts either. And Empoleon is hit by Earth Power. So I outspeed almost everything on his team. The ones that I don't outspeed are not things that threaten me other than Superior and maybe a speed tie with Glade. So if I can get my Mega up, I can keep I can keep hazards off my side of the field because, as again, I'm not rocking Defog. I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I do, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware, I think Seismitoad is his only rocker. As I said, I'm not super worried about it. Again, Beyonce, I kind of bring it at the beginning just to prevent them from getting early rocks and then threaten it out. And if it dies, it dies. It's not really a huge concern to me. I like having Mega Diancie on my team, but it hasn't been proving to be the most useful member. Maybe I'm just not using it right. Maybe it's not my play style. Maybe it's just too frail. But anyway, that is my team builder. I'm going to go challenge the Miami Heatrans right now if I can. And I will see you guys later. Peace.